Sac Valley, and hope you had a good long midwinter break. This week is Spirit Week. Tomorrow is Decades Day. On Thursday is Rhyme Without Reason, so pick a partner and make sure your costumes rhyme. And on Friday is Color Wars. Seniors wear blue, juniors wear pink, sophomores wear red, and yellow is freshmen. Thursday is a girls' basketball game against Mount Vernon. Tip-off is at 7:15. It's Coaches versus Cancer. Be there. On to a Martin Luther King Jr. special. Hey everyone, today we are here to honor Martin Luther King Jr. His efforts, life-changing laws were passed to end discrimination. Unfortunately, he was assassinated in 1968, but his legacy lives on. His birthday is now a national holiday in honor to his contributions to justice and inequality. Here at NVHS, this is how we remember Martin Luther King Jr.
I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today.
Forgiveness is not an occasional act, it is a permanent act.
2, 1, action.
So forgiveness, why is it important? Because it's the only way to move forward, really. Depends on who you are and what happens to you. But holding on to a grudge, holding on to hate, it's just going to promote more hate. So the only way to truly move forward as a person, as a society, as a community, is to offer forgiveness.
Porque cuando la gente se levanta con lo correcto y está dispuesta a sacrificarse por ello, no hay punto de parada salvo la victoria.
Martin Luther King Jr. fue una leyenda que luchó por los derechos civiles y lideró el movimiento para acabar con la segregación racial usando protestas pacíficas. Celebramos este día anualmente con la esperanza de que todos sigamos luchando por la igualdad.
Darkness cannot drive out darkness, only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate, but love can do that.
Martin Luther King Jr. chose to focus not on the evil that he faced, but on the good he knew was in all of us. He knew that in the end, only good could win. So all throughout history, whether it's the fascist regimes of the world wars or all the unjust persecution that people have faced, in the end, we always see that good wins. So standing up, loving outwardly, supporting those that we care about, that's how we win. That's how we change the world. We overcome violence and hate by being nice rather than being mean, by doing right, by looking out for each other. It's imperative, especially now, that we follow Dr. King's example and we be nice, we do good, even in the face of outward opposition. So we have to do our part. We have to not sit on the sidelines. We must be visible and present for standing up for right, for doing what we know is good. We fight darkness with light. That's how we win. That's how we improve the world.
Faith is taking the first step, even if you don't see the whole staircase.
So for me, this quote is about taking a first step for something when you see that something's wrong. Sometimes in our world, when we see injustice, it can seem like such a big problem that it's hard to understand how we could ever get to a place where we can solve it. And so the quote is about taking that first step, and if there's something you can remedy and change, doing that so that you can at least make some difference, even if you can't see how it'll turn out in the end.
Debemos aprender a vivir juntos como hermanos o perecer juntos como tontos.
Cuando tienes una visión clara de lo que es correcto en tu mente y estás dispuesto a hacer cualquier cosa para asegurarte de que todo esté bien, entonces no hay punto de parada. Siempre trabajarás para asegurarte de todo esté bien. El señor Dr. Martin Luther King creía que todos son importantes y merecen ser tratados con igualdad y justicia.
Paz no es simplemente la ausencia de tensión, es la presencia de justicia.
Es decir que siempre vamos a tener oposición a nuestras ideologías y a mucho, y sufrimos desafíos y logramos por esos, pero si nuestros amigos no están allí para nosotros, eso es lo que recordamos.
We must accept finite disappointment, but never lose infinite hope.
So my takeaway from this quote is that when you're fighting for a greater change, you might not always get exactly what you want or everything you want right away, but you still have to keep fighting and you still have to hold on to hope and never lose it. Yeah.
La verdadera paz no es simplemente la ausencia de tensión, es la presencia de justicia.
Que cuando la gente se empeña a lo que está correcto y está dispuesta a sacrificarse por ello, no hay punto de parada salvo la victoria.
I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today. With this faith, we will be able to work together, to pray together, to struggle together, to go to jail together, to stand up for freedom together, knowing that we will be free one day. Let freedom ring, and when this happens, when we allow freedom ring, when we let it ring from every village and every hamlet, from every state and every city, we will be able to speed up that day when all of God's children, black men and white men, Jews and Gentiles, Protestants and Catholics, will be able to join hands and sing in the words of the old Negro spiritual, free at last, thank God Almighty.